So this year was the Galoshans Festival 2024, the 10th year anniversary, and it's a celebration of creativity with community at its heart. So this year we had a packed programme from the Rig community, from our Galoshan partners, and also we had the Feral Takeover programme, and we had a number of artist residencies, bursaries, and a special 10-year commission from Alex Rigg.
So This Endless Sea is a coastal shelter, and inside is a film across 6 screens, and it's about a relationship between grief and the sea, and it's designed to be a reflective, meditative experience where people can connect to their own experiences of grief or simply come and have a moment of quiet reflection.
I thought it was incredibly beautiful and moving. There's something very special about sitting in the hut on your own, surrounded by the 6 screens and the music. I thought it was really helped to kind of give me my own reflections on my relationship with the sea, and yeah, it was just a very beautiful piece of work.
So for this iteration of the work, we've also got the Grief Library alongside, which is a collection of books that 2 artists, Laura Bradshaw and Stephen Anderson, have put together. And people can browse the library, have a look at books about grief and loss, and it's also another way for people to think about the topics.
I'm Nicholas Rawling. I'm here from the Paper Cinema, and we're presenting an anthology of ghost stories ready for Halloween, kind of witches and ghouls and king demons and things. So it's all fun and jump scares and spooky music, which is all good. But in the morning we've had a chance to work with local school kids and local kids and some adults from around the area, just making their own stories, and a few of them in spooky and a few with fairy folk in. So once we've shown our technique, we hand out the felt tip pens and the drawing materials and ask them to draw. They're stuck onto the back of cornflake packets and little long sticks, and then they're manipulated in front of the camera in real time with Chris playing soundtracks they've requested or themes they've requested in time with their actions. So they get to develop the whole of a paper cinema as one piece.
I'm Sita Piericini, and I'm one half of Strange Loop, and Strange Loop is a participatory audiovisual performance piece.
of what I do is very digital. What if plants were the sort of starting point for what we're doing? Yes, we have rainforests and we have amazing habitats all around the world, but what about things that are like around us in Scotland, things that we walk past every day? So it's really important to us that we go to the place that we set up this installation in and we celebrate what is around us. And yeah, it's amazing to see the sort of like childlike wonder that adults and of course children bring when you start looking at things underneath the microscopes.
So the music aspect is performed live as well, so it's a live soundtrack that sort of is in response to the visuals. So it gets to the point where you don't know who's sort of influencing who, and yeah, there's a lot of vocal work and synthesizers.
My name is Phoebe McBride. I'm a visual artist based in Aberdeen, and today I'm going to be doing a screening of my film on becoming a water bat, Echoes of an Unseen World, and followed by a short writing and printing workshop. The film follows the imagined transformation into a Daubenton's bat and looks to explore rituals of loss and healing. So we'll be taking a short walk around the visitor centre here at Greenock Cut, and through which we'll be responding to ourselves and our place in nature, and which we'll take back into printing small field note journals. Sort of came from looking at healing from ecological crisis and grief, especially in the wake of the pandemic, and looking to kind of interspecies communication in order to imagine ways of being and moving through challenging times.
So my name is Sean Wake-Young, and I'm here at the Drying Green, where I'm going to be running a workshop called Dumpling Poetry, where everyone's going to be making dumplings together while I read some poetry that's about my family life, my family history, and then we'll all get to eat the dumplings at the end and share all the food together, and it's going to be fantastic. So for me, dumplings are an integral part of my family life. I grew up with my maternal side of my family who are from Hong Kong, and they owned Takeaway in West Yorkshire. And so dumplings and food in general were always a huge part of that. But they never had the opportunity to make them fresh themselves because they were working so hard. And so now my idea is that we all make them all fresh ourselves and eat them together as a celebration of their legacy.
Not knowing where I was going, I zombied into the nearest Pretz because nothing else seemed open at the time, and I ordered for myself a filter coffee, a croissant, and a banana. Then I sat by the window thinking about being a kid again, sitting in my room writing stupid rhymes for fun before hearing that familiar evening shout, "Stéphane!" which means, "Your food's ready." I thought it went really well. I was so surprised and joyed to see how well everyone's dumplings turned out. Only one of them broke out of the 20, 30 that we made as a group, and so I'm really, really happy that everyone enjoyed themselves and that everyone was able to make beautiful dumplings.
Our show Strut is a nighttime dance performance where we take over the streets. We've put out a wide-ranging open call where we looked for local dancers of any age and any style to take part to perform their solo choreographies. The show was amazing tonight. The streets were lined with loads of families and kids. It was raining, but everybody still came out and the performers danced their hearts out. It was such an incredible night.
So Haptic Horror is an accessible audio horror experience that's been developed in collaboration with the Deaf Educational Unit at Cliveview Academy, based on things that we think are scary and the idea of feeling sound over hearing sound. So the way that it works is we take these speakers and we get the participants to place them on their body in order to feel the sound, generally around the chest area, but other people like to feel it in different places. And this way, that means you feel the vibrations of the sound in order to make it more accessible to people who are maybe deaf or hard of hearing.
It was fantastic, that kind of sensory experience where there was a visual as well, watching a screen and some visuals were coming up. But actually for most of the part there I was just shutting my eyes and trying to experience the pictures in my head that go with those sounds. So it heightened everything, the sense of feeling. Oh, there it is again in the background, that creepiness. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyable, loved it.
Feeling this kind of philosophy, you call out loudly, "Son, son." Tell babe and stop. With joy, hear a voice reply. In the past, I'd made a documentary about Glasgow's links to the slave trade and became very friendly with a fellow called Dr. Stephen Mullen as a result of that. And Stephen had done some research into James Watt, and James Watt's, unfortunately, sadly, like a lot of people of his time, owned and sold an enslaved person. And for me as an artist, that gave me the feeling of opening up the opportunity in Inverclyde to talk about this legacy, which is all our history. It's not just black people's history. So that's why I'm here, offering a black gaze in Galoshans. I enjoyed the first opportunity to do so, And so when it became the 10th anniversary, I felt I have to do something. And that's what we have performed today, which is the Black Gaze and Galoshans Part 2, which is a sharing of adapted Anansi tales. Anansi, the trickster god in the West African mythology that's part of my background, being born in Lagos in Nigeria.
Dracula the Musical is obviously based on the Bram Stoker novel, so it's the same story that we've seen in a million films forever, but with some really exciting songs added, and we have got an incredible band creating an incredible sound in this exciting space.
My favourite thing is that Sean and Jill came to help from Total Chaos and learning these songs, which were so fun to sing, and yeah, they were really good.
How clumsy of me. I must have pricked you with a safety pin. You have 2 small wounds on the side of your throat. Is that what it is? How strange I feel. One more lonely night, full of dark premonitions. Shall we see the day when the sun slowly dims?
Ah, the children of the night. What music they make. Drink well, my young friend.
The highlight of the street party this year was Sail Off by Ocean All Over, which was part of the Feral Takeover programme, and they had a spectacle and performance at East India Harbour as part of the street party, in a sort of 10-metre tall tower with lasers, which was just phenomenal. Another highlight of the street party was having Amy Grogan's washing line installation as part of her Creative Regeneration residency, where she worked with the community to explore identity and cultural heritage through garments.
We just brought the street band of 80 P6s and 7s from St Andrews and Ailey Mill down the prom, around the square, performed on the steps. Everybody smashed it. Absolutely brilliant performances from the kids. A fantastic community project as part of this wonderful event. Well done, Rick, and happy 10th anniversary to the Galoshans.